It's that time of year where I live when the weather's starting to get a little warmer and it's time to put away our sweaters. So, how do you take care of your sweaters? Do you have a process that you go through where you keep all your sweaters in really good condition and you put them away for the warmer weather so that when fall comes around, they're ready to be used again? I'm going to share a few of my favorite ways to take really good care of your sweater so that next year when it starts getting colder, you're ready to go. Hi, I'm Dawn with Just Doing My Best. I hope that you're doing well today. If you're here for the very first time, I hope that you like this video. If you do, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I'm here every week with a brand new video for women over 40 and women over 50 who just want to look and feel our very best where we are right now. I hope you'll come over and find me on Instagram and Facebook at Just Doing My Best and say hi. So, it's getting springtime, it's getting a little warmer, the weather's up and down, but it's still time to go ahead and start thinking about putting our sweaters away. I really like to take good care of my sweaters. I like to be able to reuse them whenever I can, especially the favorites, especially the ones that I've spent really good money on. And so I'm going to share a few of my favorite ways to just give them some love so that when time comes around again and the weather starts cooling down, you can easily get them out and they're ready to be used right away. Okay, so I want to start in the middle. I want to start in the middle of sweater season. And the first thing that I want to tell you is I have these sweaters on hangers right now just for the purpose of this video. I normally do not hang up my sweaters on hangers. Normally during sweater season, the sweaters that I'm wearing on a regular basis are usually hung up just like this. I make sure that they're all smoothed out, and this is the way they are in my closet. If you don't have enough room or you just don't want to hang them like that, you could stack 2 or 3 of them up like this. Just make sure they're not super crowded. You don't have 5 or 6 of them all stacked together because then they're going to get wrinkled. If you just do 2 or 3 of them like this, or maybe you have a nice container that you can put them in, one of those really big clear tubs, maybe put some tissue paper in there, and then you can stack 2 or 3 of them together. That way they've got plenty of room to move around and they won't get squished and get wrinkled when you're ready to wear them. On a regular basis, unless you got a sweater super dirty, you got food on it or something like that, in order to keep it fresh and smelling good throughout the season, most of the time, all you have to do is just steam your sweaters. A lot of people are getting steamers now, because they don't like to iron, quite frankly. But in addition to getting wrinkles out of your clothes, this is a really great way to sanitize your clothes too, because it's hot, steaming water, and it will keep everything smelling nice. It will get the wrinkles out for you. It will sanitize and get some of the germs out. Getting a steamer is a great way to go. Below the description of this video, I will post a couple of my favorite steamers that are super easy to use. It does take a bit of a learning curve to use a steamer. Make sure you don't get your hands in the way so you don't burn yourself, but it's super easy to use and you'll be so glad you got yourself a steamer. So now you've gotten through the season, you made sure that they stayed all nice and fresh all throughout the season. But before you store them all summer long, it's time to make sure all your sweaters are truly clean. Now, some sweaters are dry clean only. This one is cashmere. A lot of people like to stay away from dry clean only because they're thinking about the cost. Really and truly, you don't have to dry clean them every single time you wear them. Like I said, hang them up for a little while, let them air out, steam them. Once they've aired completely out, then fold it up and drape it over the hanger like we said. Only dry clean them at the end of the season so that it doesn't cost you a fortune. Now, before I store away this cashmere sweater, or most any sweater, I'm gonna make sure that all the little pills are off of it. That's what they call it, kind of all those little splotches of fuzz that are all over them. I'm gonna make sure all of those are gone. So here's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna get one of these sweater combs, and I will link it below in the description below. These are dirt cheap, dirt cheap. And all you've got to do is just go over your sweater and see, you get all of this off of your sweater so that it's nice and fresh the next time you use it. Now, you're going to have these all over your sweater, okay? Most of the time I like to do it while it's lying down, and I can get all of this off of the sweater, okay? But pay close attention to underneath your arms, where your arms are rubbing together, and where your seatbelt comes across. That's where you're gonna see a lot more pills on your sweater, or all the little fuzzies. So this little sweater comb is gonna be, oh my gosh, just gonna save you so much time and energy and frustration to really freshen up those sweaters. All right, now let's talk about your Steady Eddie sweaters. You know, those ones that you wear day in and day out. They're a little bit sturdier. They don't have to be dry clean. How do you wash those? Some of the sweaters we have are not quite dry clean sweaters, and some are not quite throw in the wash machine sweaters. Some are in between, and you may have to hand wash them. I know not everybody likes to hand wash. I know. I made a couple of quick little videos right here to show you how I hand wash. I promise it's not that hard. Once you've hand washed your sweater, then you can kind of decide, can you put it in a garment bag and put it in the dryer for 20 or 30 minutes on low and then hang it the rest of the way? Or can you just lay it flat on a clean, dry towel and let it air dry by itself for a day or two? That's gonna kind of be up to you. Now, if you have that sweater that you say, you know what, I think this sweater is sturdy enough to be in the dryer for a little while, you might throw it in there with or without the garment bag, just like 20 minutes or so on a really, really low temperature. And then this is how I finish it out. I get about 4 plastic hangers, okay? Different hangers. All right, so that the end of this is nice, big, and bulky. It's not just one hanger that I'm going to hang this sweater on that's going to put those pokey things in the shoulders. You know what I mean? I hate that. So I want this to be really big and bulky. And then the sweater's gonna hang just like this in the laundry room or somewhere where it's got a lot of air circulating around it, and it can dry really nice, so that when it's done and it's dry, you can take it off of the hanger and you can fold it up like you were going to do already without getting all the pokey things in the shoulders. Now when this sweater is dry, you can just fold it up like we talked about before. Make sure it's all smooth. You can either store it over a hanger, or you can just stack them up, 2 or 3, and they'll be ready for you next time cold weather season comes around. So we covered a lot of things to help us all keep our sweaters looking really nice all throughout the season, and then get them ready to be stored throughout the summer season. So I hope all that was helpful. If it was, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe. I will link everything that I talked about today, the steamer, the sweater comb, the laundry bags, all of that in the description of this video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. For now, I hope you go out today and you do your best and you're blessed.